land is your land, and this land is my land, from the California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Thirst for Knowledge, where the trivia is fresh, the jokes are terrible, and good times are always had. I'm your host and traveling quizmaster, Eric. Well, I apologize for being a couple of days late on this trivia episode with the holidays and just being so caught up in traveling. I did not get a chance to edit and put this video together in enough time to get it out by Christmas Eve. But thank you for being patient, and here it is. Now, going forward, I don't know if I'll be able to get one out every week just because my travels are slowing down. I'm doing more hiking and experiencing more things. Next week, there will not be a Thirst for Knowledge on New Year's Eve, but there will be one, Texas and New Mexico trivia, on January 7th. Thursday, January 7th will be the return of on-schedule Thirst for Knowledge. Just keep in mind, every now and then there might be a week off for me to catch up and experience more and film more great stuff for you guys. We've got some prizes to give away. I'm so excited. Giving away prizes is one of my favorite parts of this whole thing. Our random winner from last week is Kelly A. from Penfield, New York, representing Shark Bait. She and KJ and some of their friends were part of one of the legendary teams when Thirst for Knowledge met in person. So congratulations to Kelly and the rest of Shark Bait for winning our random prize for week 1. I sent a little prize for week 3, I sent a little prize pack to you guys in the mail. And then we have some overall winners. In second place for weeks 1 through 3, scoring 24 points, is Lisa F. from Rochester, New York. Lisa is also a legendary trivia participant. She's been playing since day 1, has probably missed, I can count them on one hand how many trivias she's missed. So thanks for all the support, Lisa. You've got a prize in the mail. And in first place, with 25.5 points. What an incredible score, is Mike S. from South Euclid, Ohio. That is my Uncle Mike. He tutored me and taught me a lot growing up, so a lot of my thirst for knowledge, he's responsible for that. So congratulations to Uncle Mike S. from South Euclid, Ohio. What a great score, 25.5. All three of you have prizes coming to you in the mail. Reminder to everyone, we give a random prize away every week, so even if you only get a couple of points, that's okay. Send your score in because you might win a prize. Okay. I know this trivia is a little bit long. I got really caught up in reviewing soda pops at Pops in Arcadia, Oklahoma. I know this is about trivia, but it's also kind of a documentary for me to review the trip. It's a little bit of a food review show, and hopefully it's a little bit of comedy as well. So thanks for being patient, and I hope you find it entertaining where I reviewed a bunch of different pops. But if not, I guess you could skip ahead. But I'll try to keep the videos to about 30 minutes in the future. Also, I know that some people call it pop, some people call it soda. I actually call it pop most of the time. I don't know why in the video. I guess when the camera was on, I got nervous and I started calling it soda and soda pop and all sorts of funky stuff. But whether you call it soda pop or soda pop, I hope you'll enjoy Oklahoma trivia. Instead of talking about it, let's get right to it.
Merry Christmas, boys and girls. Welcome to Santa Explains the Rules for Thirst for Knowledge. Santa loves delivering knowledge to all the boys and girls this year. This year for Christmas, no presents, just learning. Just kidding. Of course there are presents. It wouldn't be Christmas without presents. Anyway, here's how this is going to work. Every Thursday, or thereabouts, Santa will put a video onto Facebook and to Instagram and to YouTube and to the whole wide world. All the boys and girls of the whole wide world can see this video now. Santa, of course, was very busy this Christmas, so he maybe put the video out a little bit late, so please forgive Santa. Oh, he was trying to bring cheer and joy to the children, and trivia just took an extra day. Oh, anyway, once the video's out, you'll watch it with your family and your friends, your loved ones, and you'll do the trivia questions as best as you can. Now, normally this is individual trivia, but Santa is all about sharing love with your family. So if you want to work with your family for this trivia, that's totally fine. Oh, now Santa loves lists. I love making lists of things. So Santa recommends making a list of your answers and checking it twice. We're going to find out if your trivia is wrong or right. Oh, but in all seriousness, writing your answers down helps keep you accountable. You need to believe in your answer. You need to believe in your answer like you believe in the spirit of Christmas and like you believe in me. Oh, at the end of the video, I'll give you all the right answers. It'll be like a present. I'll just give them all to you so you'll learn and have so much knowledge from Santa. The only thing I ask of you is that you leave me out some cookies and a glass of Diet Dr. Pepper, Santa's favorite. Oh, then, of course, once you grade yourself, and it's the holidays, okay? Be easy on yourself with the grading. If you think you got it, you got the point. If you don't, oh well, there's always next year. But once you grade, write Santa a little letter. Say, "Dear Santa, I got 5 out of 10 trivia questions. What a jolly time I had. Thank you so much." Or something thereabouts, and Santa will be very, very happy. Now, you may be wondering, why does Santa want you to send him his answers? Well, other than Santa being pretty lonely at the North Pole, Santa gives away extra Christmas presents for a random participant every week. That's right, even if you get 0 out of 10 or 1 out of 10, as long as you send in your score, Santa will have his elves send you a wonderful trivia souvenir from across America. And of course, there'll be great big presents for the top scores along the way, but it doesn't matter if you get any right, because as long as you send in your score, you'll get a present. Santa just loves giving presents. But enough from Santa. It's time for Oklahoma trivia.
All right, everyone, I'm here in Nowata, Oklahoma. They have other things to drink, but they have no water. All right, I'm actually here, in all seriousness, at the Bowling Ball Yard, which is a private residence. This guy has made a bunch of sculptures and pieces of art out of bowling balls and bowling pins. You can see behind me this giant American flag made out of bowling balls. It's incredible. I've posted pictures on Facebook and Instagram of some of the different artwork that he's created, so you should definitely check those out. But trivia question number 1 from Nowata, Oklahoma is about bowling. In a game of bowling, what is the fewest number of balls you can possibly bowl to complete a game of bowling? So if I went bowling with my friends and I wanted to bowl the least amount, but I wanted to complete the entire game, what is the fewest number of balls that I would need to bowl? All right, so these 2 whales walk into a bar, and the first one is like, "Ow!" And the second whale is like, "Billy, you're drunk already." All right, I'm coming to you from Catoosa, Oklahoma. I'm still on Route 66 at one of the most popular stops for tourists at the Blue Whale of Catoosa. It's a nice little park. They've got some picnic tables, some bathrooms, and of course this giant whale behind me. It's kind of like a jungle gym. Its flipper is a little slide going into the water. It's pretty cool. It's a nice little place to, just pull over and have a sandwich. Yeah, so it was built by this guy Hugh Davis in the 1970s, and he built it for his wife. She liked whales, and he said, "I'm gonna build you a cool whale," and then it evolved into this park. Pretty cool little backstory. But obviously I'm gonna ask you a trivia question about the blue whale. So here we go, trivia question number 2. We know that the blue whale is the largest animal on Earth. What food does the blue whale eat? Primarily. It primarily eats one thing, and lots and lots and lots of it to get so big. What is the primary food source for a blue whale? So now I'm coming to you from sunny Tulsa, Oklahoma. Guys, it is 70 degrees today. It is wonderful. I'm wearing a t-shirt. I got the sun in my eye. I'm gonna get a little tan. This is fantastic. I love the weather down here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm standing at the foot of the Golden Driller, which is a 75-foot monument. It's the 6th largest monument in the country, and it is the official state monument of the state of Oklahoma. It's an Oklahoman oil worker who's got his hand resting on an oil derrick, which is an interesting piece of trivia. That structure that I think we can easily recognize with our eyes, but maybe didn't know, was called an oil derrick. But it's an iconic piece of history here in Oklahoma. This is actually the 3rd iteration of the statue. It was rebuilt and then sort of remodeled. So this is the 3rd iteration. You'll see that he's wearing a mask. So good job to the Golden Driller for being socially responsible. I'm standing more than 6 feet away from him, so I was able to take my mask off. He's also got Tulsa painted on his belt buckle, which brings us to our trivia question number 3. So, as you see, Tulsa is painted on the belt buckle of the Golden Driller, but on May 20th, 2020 of this year, the city of Tulsa replaced the word Tulsa on the belt buckle with the name of a company. They were trying to lure this company to build its Gigafactory 5 in the city of Tulsa and thought it would be funny to replace the belt buckle with the name of the company. What is the name of the company who Tulsa was trying to lure to build their Gigafactory 5 in the city of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and to do so replaced Tulsa with the name of the company on the belt buckle of the Golden Driller? So I'm still here in sunny Tulsa, Oklahoma. I actually spent the morning exploring some parks around the city. I went to Swan Lake Park, Woodward Park, and now I'm at the Linnaeus Teaching Gardens. This place is just a nice, beautiful park, a great place to read and to teach and to learn. It was named after Carl Linnaeus, and I'm going to show you a statue of him right now. So now here is Mr. Carl Linnaeus holding a flower. Carl Linnaeus is a Swedish botanist, zoologist, and physician, and he's most known for being the father of modern taxonomy. And so your trivia question, number 4, from the Woodward Park Linnaeus Teaching Garden in Tulsa, Oklahoma, is what is taxonomy? What does that word mean? And of course, Carl Linnaeus was the father of modern taxonomy. But what is taxonomy? That's question number 4. All right, it's your quiz master here. I had a long and wonderful day in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's nighttime. I capped off my awesome day in Tulsa at AHA Tulsa. It's a one-of-a-kind arts destination located in the Tulsa Arts District. They call themselves an unmuseum, which is a place to explore, experience, and create. They use those 3 words because there are 3 levels to this fantastic destination. The first level, explore. There's a contemporary art gallery with some fantastic pieces of art. The second floor, experience. You guys saw some of those videos on my Instagram of this experiential art exhibit. There are 6 different interactive rooms that you can go in, and I can't describe how cool it was. And the third floor is the floor to create. And as you can see behind me, there's an art studio. There are all sorts of art supplies, and with the price of admission, which is only $12, you can create some art. I actually, for the first time ever, sewed something. I made a stocking. Look at that. And they have someone here to help you and guide you through that process. So I made myself a little Christmas stocking. So in honor of sewing, trivia question number 5 from AHA Tulsa and Tulsa, Oklahoma is going to be about sewing. What do you call the sewn and folded edge on a garment or on a stocking? So when you fold and sew an edge, what is that called? And I'll zoom in on my stocking. What is that folded and sewn edge of a piece of fabric called? Once again, that's question number 5. So I just had a delicious lunch at the Rock Cafe in Stroud, Oklahoma. Their menu has a German influence, a Southern influence, a Tex-Mex influence, but they're also famous for their buffalo burgers, so they're kind of all over the place. The menu is literally a map. It is a huge menu. There's a scene in Cars based on it. I highly recommend checking it out. They have a nice little gift shop too, but I'm moving along Route 66, taking the scenic route, not taking the interstate, and I'm here in Arcadia, Oklahoma, next to a historic filling station. Now, there's not much left of it today. It's just a rock building from the 1920s. I found out some information on this little placard back there, and it actually tells a unique story that in the 1930s, during the Great Depression, the town of Arcadia was really struggling, and the owners of this gas station started passing counterfeit bills, and they actually racked up a pretty little sum doing this. Now, eventually they were busted, and the gas station was shut down, and of course, not much is left of it today other than a little tourist stop on Route 66. So my question to you, question number 6 for Oklahoma trivia, is what denomination do you think these counterfeit bills were? What denomination would be printed in the 1930s to, generate some money, but also not be too suspicious? So what is that denomination? That is your question number 6. Well, if it looks like I'm at a regular old gas station, wait till I show you this. This is a giant lit up soda bottle. Look at that. That is incredible. It's changing colors. I love it. I love it. I want one in my yard. There's the straw up at the top. I want one. I want one so badly. That's right. Behind me is Pops. We're in Arcadia, Oklahoma. Pops has 600 varieties of soda pop for sale, and instead of talking about it, let's go in and take a look. Here are the new arrivals. They have like a new arrival section. We have the south of the border section. So we've got any kinds of sodas from south of the border. We've got red sodas. We've got the top colas. We've got Jones. They get their own special case. Here we go. This is the international section with sodas from Brazil, Egypt, Japan, Mexico, all sorts of different countries. Look at this. Australia is in there, Africa. They've got a giant cooler organized by category. Look at this. These aren't beers. These are sodas. There's the diet section. Oh no, that's the root beer section. There's the diet section. Look at all these diet colas. Look at this. It just goes all the way down there. There's green ones. There's blue ones. There's orange ones. And to top it all off, around the wall are 7,000 bottles of soda. Look at the walls, just lined with thousands and thousands of bottles of pop. These are these 6-packs here. You get to pick one and pick your own 6-pack to go. We are definitely gonna have to sit down and give them a try. I am so excited to try my 6-pack here that I got. It was impossible to decide. They had so many sodas. I was a little bit limited because of the diet options. I got mostly diet soda, but here we go, about to do a little taste test. Okay, so first up is gonna be celery soda from Grocers Bottling Co. This isn't a diet one. It's got celery and black pepper. So we will see how this tastes. Got my Pops bottle opener. Check that out. And here we go, celery soda. Wow, okay, so that's a lot of black pepper. That is really interesting. That is almost more peppery than celery, which maybe is a good thing. I don't know if I wanted like a really intense celery. That is strange and unique. I love it. A lot of pepper and a little bit of celery. That is celery soda. Okay, so number 2, we have Lolly's Slimming Fitness in a bottle. It says she's all natural, only 1 gram of carbs. So this qualifies as diet. I'll give you a nice close-up. It looks like we've got strawberry and cherries is going to be the flavor, plus the little pinkish hue. So let's see what this tastes like. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That is good. That is good. Hold on. That is absolutely fantastic. It's more strawberry than cherry, but it's like, it's really light and really subtle, like a flavored water, and then it's got a aftertaste that just jolts you, and that is good. And I'm getting slim while we're doing it. You know what it tastes like? I know what it tastes like. It tastes like those icy pops, you know, that you freeze. It tastes like the liquid before you freeze it. I don't know if you ever cut the top and just would drink the liquid, but it tastes like a strawberry one of those. That's good. I used to do that, so I like it. Okay, on to soda number 3. This one's gonna be wacky. This is Spicy Pear from Prometheus Springs. Now, they had a whole line of spicy ones. They actually had a wasabi soda that I initially had, and then I looked at it and I was like, I don't want to drink a wasabi soda, so I like pear, and I swapped it out for the spicy pear, which still seems adventurous. It says shake well, so we'll shake it up here, but I'm really interested to see how spicy and how pear. It's not a Snapple, so there's no fact under there. Here we go, spicy pear. Okay, so that's really sweet. I don't think that's too spicy at all. I mean, it's got a little kick to it, but that is like pear juice with a little kick. Yeah, it's got a little kick. It's not carbonated, so I don't know if I like that. Is it a soda? It's kind of like a juice. I don't know. It tastes like pear juice from a pear cup with a little bit of spice to it. I'm gonna say that I'm not a big fan of this one, but I'm still happy I didn't get the wasabi. All right, soda number 4, we have Bundaberg Diet Ginger Beer, brewed in Australia. So here we go. It says invert before opening. Doesn't say shake, just says invert. This one is diet, so I'm excited. And they use all 3 of the different main artificial sweeteners. They use sucralose, aspartame, and then like a gum. What's it called? Guar gum. Those are kind of the 3. But here we go, some diet ginger beer. It's got a pull tab. That's kind of fun. I like that. I like the bottle. Oh yeah, it's really, really gingery. Wow, that slaps. That is intense. That is really, really, like, that is almost like eating, you know, a chunk of ginger. Whew. That is good. It's definitely refreshing. It's a little intense. You know, I put it after the spicy one just in case it was real spicy and I needed a little palate cleanser. You know, they say ginger is good when you have an upset stomach. And I mean, that tastes like ginger. I don't know how much real ginger is in here. Let's see. Yeah, okay. That's the second ingredient. It says 1.4%. So there is some ginger in here, so drink this when you're sick. But it's good, but it's, man, is it intense. Yeah, definitely intense. All right, number 5 is going to be Skinny Tree Tangerade. Someone said it was Egyptian, so we got a little tour. We were in Australia, and now we're Egyptian here. Also looks like it might be a juice, though. Doesn't look super carbonated. It says it's sweetened not with the traditional stevia, but they use a stevia extract. I don't know what that means, but it's another diet one. And it says their little motto is no bleep aftertaste, which I guess I'm excited about. Apparently stevia has a poor aftertaste. This one says shake well, so we're gonna shake it up. Oh, that kind of fizz is kind of cool. Oh, it has a little pop. Maybe it's carbonated after all. Okay. Give it another try. Yeah. Look, I don't like that one. I don't know if I would recommend that one. I was really excited because I like tangerines, but it doesn't have a bad aftertaste. It has a bad before taste and a bad during taste. So good job. The aftertaste is fine, but the before taste and the during taste, not a fan. All right, well, I got a bunch of funky, crazy stuff, so I wanted to get at least one kind of traditional one. So the sixth and final, soda from my six-pack is Diet Dang. I just loved the name of that. Diet Dang, that's good. It's just a diet root beer, but we'll give it a shot here. I've had a lot of root beers, so we'll see how it compares. Oh, that's good. That's a classic root beer, but it's good. That's good. Yeah, that's one of the better root beers I've had. Sometimes root beers can be real. I like it when they're real, like, creamy and vanilla, and that's what this one is. It's got just a really, really frothy taste to it, and it's delicious. So I got at least one all-star in the group. Well, my stomach is a little upset from sort of drinking all this different soda pop, but I am going to do one final review of all of the sodas and give them a rating out of 10. So here we go. In sixth place, we've got the Skinny Tree Tangerade. I'm going to give that a 1 out of 10. Honestly, that was terrible. And I just wasn't a fan at all. In fifth place, we have the Prometheus Springs Spicy Pear. I'll give that a 3 out of 10. I mean, it's a cool bottle. It's a cool concept, spicy pear. I wish it would have been a lot spicier. I mean, if you're gonna do a spicy drink, I want it to be spicy, and it was also kind of like a juice. It was just pear juice, a little bit of spice. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. In fourth place, we have the Celery Soda. I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10. I think at first it shocked me because it is really unique, and its uniqueness is carrying it. A little too peppery and not quite enough celery, but really unique. Definitely the most unique one of the bunch. I just don't know if I would drink a whole one of them or, get a 6-pack of this. It's just kind of intense and specific, but I'll give it a 5.5. In third place, we've got the Bundaberg Diet Ginger Beer from Australia. We'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. I think it's really intense. It's a little too intense, but I like the cap. First of all, that was kind of fun, the little pull cap, pulling it off. And I also think, from sort of like a medicinal standpoint, when your stomach's upset, this would be kind of something good to have on tap. But, from just a casual, hey, I want to drink this all the time, we'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Okay, in third place, that was third place. That was third place. In second place, we've got Diet Dang. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I initially said this was an all-star. It really is delicious, but there's just nothing unique about it, and when you are at a place like this, there's got to be that it factor. And so I'll give it 8 out of 10 for being just a good vanilla frothy root beer. I really liked it, but there was just nothing that brought it over the edge. You know, it's got a cool name. Maybe 8.5. I'll amend it. 8.5 because of the cool name. But just it needed something special to bring it over the top. And in first place, drum roll please, the best soda out of the 6 that I tried is Lolly's Slimming Pop. Fitness in a bottle, and it's not just because there's a pretty woman on the bottle. We're going to try this one more time. That is just good. That is really good. We will give that, I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. The only thing holding it back, I think it is a little too sweet, actually, which is remarkable for only having 1 gram of sugar in it. It's just a little too sweet, but that was unique. It was diet. It had a cool, cover art, and it was delicious and refreshing. I actually probably would have carbonated it a little bit more. I like the fizz, but I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. I think overall I could have picked some more in-the-box sodas if I wanted better tasting sodas, but I picked some wacky stuff, some weird stuff. I'm a wacky and weird guy. I am so happy that I stopped in here, though, and got a 6-pack. Again, some good ones and some not-so-good ones, but that's my review of my 6-pack. Man, that was cool. All right, so here we go. Trivia question number 7 from Pops in Arcadia, Oklahoma. Was Pepsi originally called Yum Yum, Liquid Delight, or Brad's Drink? This is just a 3-answer question. I don't do a lot of multiple choice, but I decided to do that for this one. Was Pepsi originally called Yum Yum, Liquid Delight, or Brad's Drink? That's question number 7. All right, so now we're coming to you from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, from the 99's Museum of Women Pilots. Guys, this museum is definitely worth checking out if you're in Oklahoma City. It's actually right at the Will Rogers Airport. So if you fly in, before you leave the airport, come check out this museum. They've got lots of uniforms, cool old uniforms and bomber jackets, military uniforms. They've got an exhibit on, women going to space, Amelia Earhart. Just all sorts of cool stuff here. It's very educational. I've learned a ton. I didn't know a lot about women in aviation coming into this museum here today. So it's definitely worth checking out. Now, if you're wondering, what is the 99's Museum of Women Pilots? What does that 99 mean? Well, the 99's are a group of women pilots that were formed in 1929. Actually, the Cleveland Air Race Committee held a women's derby, a transcontinental race for women, and they started in Santa Monica, California, and ended in Cleveland, Ohio. And after this race, these, pioneer women aviators got together and they said, hey, we ought to form like a social club for female pilots. And it started out as something really informal, but now it's the premier sort of association for women pilots in America. So a lot to learn here, definitely worth checking out. Like I said, they have a whole Amelia Earhart exhibit. We know a lot about her. So I'm going to ask you about another female pioneer in aviation. We know that Orville Wright of the Wright brothers was the first ever person to fly in a plane. That happened in 1903. But the first female to ever fly a plane flew in 1910. Who was that woman? And I'll give you a hint. She was a French woman. She actually wasn't American. But this might be a trivia question that stumps some of you, but I think it's one that's worth knowing. So who was the first female to ever fly a solo plane trip in 1910? She was a French woman, and who is she? Hey, it's your Quizmaster here. I am so excited to be at the Oklahoma City Rattlesnake and Venom Museum. I did not know what to expect. I mean, I expected to see some rattlesnakes, but there is a whole variety of awesome animals here. We've got rattlesnakes, we've got other snakes, we've got alligators, we've got a tortoise, we've got an alligator, snapping turtle. I mean, there is all sorts of wildlife here. The staff is really educational. They actually brought one of the snakes out. We're gonna see some video of that in a second. Right behind me is a female reticulated python. It's the longest snake in the world, not this particular one, but they can grow up to 33 feet. That is really crazy. So in just a moment, we're gonna bring out a rattlesnake, and then I'm gonna ask you a question. So here we go. We've got the Arizona black rattlesnake out on the table here. This is fantastic. Look at him, his little tongue going around. The Arizona black rattlesnake, or just the black rattlesnake. He's a venomous pit viper. Of course, his rattle warns predators to stay away. Look at him. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. That is fantastic. Here he is from another angle. This one does have his venom glands, so he is venomous. Actually, one cool fact about the Arizona black rattlesnake is they can change color just a little bit, sort of like a chameleon. So that's pretty cool. But here we are, Arizona black rattlesnake. And there we've got one final shot of him, a close-up of his face, coming to you from the Oklahoma City Rattlesnake Museum. All right, I'm back at the reticulated python cage. Again, this place is just so cool. You ought to check it out. It's in the Stockyard City neighborhood of Oklahoma City. Definitely worth checking it out. But here we go, on to question number 9. So I told you that the Arizona black rattlesnake was a venomous pit viper. Now, next to the nostrils of a snake, there are actually these two other, they look like a second set of nostrils, but they're called the pit of a snake. What do the pits do? That's your trivia question number 9. So the pits of a snake do something, and your trivia question is to tell me what they do.
All right, well, we have left Oklahoma. We're on to Texas. I'm excited to keep pushing westward along Route 66. But before we totally put Oklahoma behind us, there's been something that's on my mind, something that's been bothering me. While I was in Oklahoma, I heard the phrase noodling like 3 times. Someone was talking about the noodling championship. Noodling was on the news. There was an item on a restaurant's menu named after noodling. I mean, there was noodling, and my question to you is, what the heck is noodling? So that's question number 10 is, can someone please explain to me what noodling is and why everyone is talking about it? All right, well, that was Oklahoma trivia. Again, there will be no trivia next Thursday, but on Thursday, January 7th, Thirst for Knowledge will return with Texas and New Mexico trivia. I'm so excited to share that one with you guys, as I always am. All right, here we go with some answers. Question number 1, you need to bowl a minimum of 11 balls in a game of bowling. All right, let's think about it this way. You bowl a strike, right? That's only 1. You do that 9 times in a row. Now, if you bowled 10 strikes, you'd get 2 bonus balls and you'd roll 12. That's probably what some of you said. But if on the last frame, if you bowled 9 consecutive strikes, but then on the last one you kind of goofed up and you didn't get a strike, you didn't get a spare, and you bowled, say, 2 gutter balls, then you'd have 11 total. So 11 is the minimum number of balls you need to bowl in a game of bowling. Number 2, blue whales eat krill. Krill is their primary source of food. Number 3, Tesla
is the company that the city of Tulsa wanted to court to build its Gigafactory 5, so they changed Tulsa to Tesla, Tulsa, Tesla. It's kind of a tongue twister. It's fun to say. Okay, 4, Carl Linnaeus is the father of modern taxonomy. Taxonomy is the branch of science concerned with classifying organisms. So it's naming, classifying, think binomial nomenclature, Homo sapiens. He's the guy that came up with that classification system. That's what taxonomy is. Number 5, when you fold and sew a piece of fabric, that's called a hem. Number 6, in the 1930s, $10 bills are what were popularly printed as counterfeit bills. You know, today it would cost too much to counterfeit a $10 bill. Maybe you would do 20s, maybe you do hundreds, but in the 1930s, at that particular gas station, they printed counterfeit $10 bills. Number 7, Pepsi used to be called Pepsi Cola, and before that it was called Brad's Drink. It wasn't invented by a guy whose first name was Brad. His name was Caleb Bradham, and he called it Brad's Drink for a while. Number 8, this one probably was a trickier one, but Raymonde de la Roche was the first female to ever fly a plane in 1910. Memorize that one. That's a good one to know. Number 9, the pits of a snake are used to sense infrared thermal radiation. Basically, they allow the snake to see heat. So if you said anything about heat or infrared or thermal radiation, I'll give that one to you. And number 10, noodling. What the heck is noodling? Noodling is fishing for catfish using your bare hands. So if you're fishing using your bare hands, that is called noodling. And that was Oklahoma Trivia. Once again, thank you for tuning in to Thirst for Knowledge, where the trivia is fresh, the jokes are terrible, and good times are always had. I'm your host and traveling quizmaster, Eric, helping you learn something new every day.